Hello, my name is PolishLynx and welcome to another part of the Depression Quest. In the previous one, I didn't follow my own thoughts. I already have said that the relationship is about making someone happy, and probably Alex, our girlfriend, would be happier if we had decided to break up with her. Actually, instead of it, I tried to move with her in one apartment, but it didn't work out, and I don't know where this relationship will go actually. So now let's go with this story. It's December and you've returned to your parents' house to celebrate the holidays with your family. Out the living room window you can see a gentle flurry of snow drifting down amid the pristine blanket of white from yesterday's unexpected Christmas Eve snowfall, and you quietly laugh to yourself at how incredibly cliché it seems. Still, as you sit down to dinner, you can't help but notice how being surrounded by family and the overly kitschy atmosphere your mom's decorations have created have actually made you feel relaxed and almost comfortable. Your mom is running around frantically, checking the oven and the stockings and just generally trying to family time it up, while your dad sits at the head of the table drinking a beer and laughing with your brother Malcolm. His wife Karen is there too, whom you've always gotten along well with, and your parents even agreed to let you bring your kitten along. She's been darting in and out of people's legs and hopping into laps all night. As you thoughtfully munch away at your turkey, listening to the conversations around you, your thoughts drift back over the last few months. You think about how hard things had gotten, replaying over in your head some of your worst as well as some of your best memories. It seems like all of these things just came to a head over the past few months, with a sudden flurry of relationship turmoil and professional anxiety, social stress, and above all an omnipresent sense of weight that it seems you have just recently become aware of. You're drawn out of your reverie by your dad's familiar booming laugh as some cheesy comment Malcolm made seems to have hit its mark. Sitting at the table, you're suddenly immensely glad for the chance to be able to ignore everything for an evening and not have to struggle trying to explain yourself for once. Fortunately, everyone seems to be content with laughing at each other's jokes and discussing favorite sports teams. And for a while you think you will be able to get through dinner without any embarrassing personal intrusions, but no sooner did the thought cross your mind than the table conversation trickles off, leaving a slightly awkward silence to descend after the dinner. "So how are you these days?" your mom asks you pointedly. It's such a simple question, and one that you seem to have had to answer countless times recently. You take a moment to collect your thoughts and look up. You take a deep breath. Well, there is no doubt that depression is a battle, and it seems to have taken a particular toll on you. As the days go by, you find yourself interested in less and less. You think back to your life a mere few months ago, and compared to where you are now, it seems like you've just lost so much. Work has become unbearable, as the thought of you dragging yourself day in and day out to a job you can't stand just so you can scrape enough money together to do it all again. The next day has ground your will down. Lately, your job performance has suffered tremendously, and your boss has already had a conversation with you about your absences. At this point, losing your job is not only a real possibility, it's downright probable. Your personal relationships have deteriorated as well. While you could never describe yourself as a social butterfly, Your constant flackiness and continuing withdrawal from your circle of friends has all but alienated them from you completely. Nowadays, you rarely see or speak to them, and when you do, the conversations are strained and perfunctory. You almost never leave your apartment anymore. Your detachment from the world ever ended up costing you your relationship with Alex. While she made every effort to be supportive and understanding, your refusal to try and manage your situation forced her to live to choose between having to constantly look after you and pursuing her own goals. As she continued to excel in her program at school, as she made it very clear on more than one occasion that she was dedicated fully to her education and career, and couldn't afford to be held back by somebody who insisted on being stagnant. The subsequent split was practically inevitable. You never could wrap your head around the whole notion of therapy and view it as anything other than invasive. Refusing to admit your need for help, your decision to try and tackle your depression on your own, now seems woefully miscalculated. Your friends may have been willing to listen to you at first, but over time your reluctance to accept any other advice simply drove them away, leaving you with little in the way of support network, with nobody to vent to and an inability or unwillingness to seek help on your own. You quickly lost any desire to attempt to overcome your depression, and your downward spiral seemed to compound geometrically. Poring over the events of the past few months is, even now, exhausting and defeating. Looking at the person you were mere months ago is almost surreal. It feels like a completely different person, living a completely different life. In fact, it's hard for you to imagine ever having had a life that wasn't completely devoid of feeling or drive. The prospect of trying to imagine what your future holds seems not only impossible, but irrelevant and of little interest to you, as your life has become just a series of trudges from one emotionally exhausting moment to the next. You look across at the table to your mother, weakly meeting her gaze before dropping your tears to the floor. You open your mouth to answer, but no words come out. You don't even bother pretending to try, and think of what to say. What? We really want to thank you for taking the time to play the Depression Quest. We realize that it may not be the most enjoyable game you ever played, or even the easiest, and we sincerely appreciate your involvement. Like depression itself, Depression Quest does not have an end really. There is no neat resolution to depression, and it was important to us that Depression Quest's own resolution reflect that. Instead of a tidy ending, we want to just provide a series of outlooks to take moving forward. After all, that's all we can really do with depression, just keep moving forward, and at the end of the day, it's our outlook. And support from people just like you that makes all the difference in the world. Thanks again. I must say, that's not what I expected, but you know, I expected actually that someone helped him really in a really good way, or something really bad happens to the guy, but not knowing what happens make you think about it more, actually, you know. So if you know someone who seems to be depressed, talk to him or her. You might be the person that will help someone deal with everything, to be happy actually in the life. As you said in the credits, this game might not be the best, but actually it's very great. As you can see, it's not about fun here, it's about showing what happens around. and sometimes you just have to look and just go to person and just talk. Really, that might help. I'm not a specialist, but I really believe a talk might help someone. I hope you actually enjoyed this title. I hope that because of these videos you will understand that someone can have problems that can't be dealt by just by himself. Okay, this is the end, and I really hope you enjoyed. See you in the next series. Bye.